Good morning. I want to think a little bit this morning about the ebb and flow of schedule and how when God asks you to take a break, you can trust Him that it's okay to rest. In 1Kings chapter 19, we read about Elijah and Jezebel. Listen to these verses. Then Jezebel sent a messenger unto Elijah, saying, So let the gods do to me, and more also, if I make not thy life as the life of one of them, by tomorrow about this time. And when he saw that, he arose and went for his life. And then I'm going to skip to verse 6. And he looked, and behold, there was a cake baken on the coals, and a cruse of water at his head. And he did eat and drink, and laid him down again. And the angel of the Lord came again the second time, and touched him, and said, Arise and eat, because the journey is too great for thee. And he arose and did eat and drink, and went in the strength of that meat 40 days and 40 nights unto Horeb, the mount of God. You know, fear is irrational, but it's real just the same. Elijah had just demonstrated that Baal was not God at all, but a product of man's own imagination. Elijah had just killed Baal's 450 prophets at God's command. He had prayed for rain, and it rained after 3 years of drought. Elijah had outrun the king's chariot, but now he feared the words of a godless, idol-worshiping queen. Elijah fled for his life. If you read the rest of the chapter, you'll see that he questioned his role in God's big plan. Fleeing for his life, he wanted to die. Irrational? Yes. Real? Yes. Interestingly, dying was the one thing that God didn't have planned for him for a very long time. Irrational yet real. In reality, Elijah needed time with God. He needed time to rest. He needed time to recharge so he could think clearly. God had already once provided a personal time for Elijah to be refreshed and renewed in a secluded place called Cherith. God gave Elijah family time with the widow of Zarephath. God knew when Elijah was ready, and only then did Elijah's assignments return. Now, as Elijah is fearing for his life, God has him pause to recharge and be refreshed one more time before sending him on a journey. Are you fearing something today? Has your normal been upset? Has your schedule greatly changed? God understood what Elijah was going through, even when Elijah did not. He provided food for Elijah enough and arranged for a rest before the long run. God understands you. Are you chafing because of a change in schedule? Are you trying to rush when God has given you rest time? Take time to be refreshed. God is not done. Be still and be reminded that God is truly God and that He is still at work even when He has you rest. Don't lose heart. God has work for you to do. Take time to be refreshed and prepared. May you take this time to enjoy His green pastures and still waters today.